A very good morning. I'm Shanali from Behind Me International Media, and you're watching our morning bulletin. And we're starting off with news in the political front in Canada. Former Bank of Canada Governor Mark Carney has launched his campaign to replace Prime Minister Justin Trudeau as Liberal leader. Speaking in Edmonton, Carney promised to build the fastest growing economy in the G7, criticizing Trudeau's economic record, particularly slow growth and stagnant wages. Carney, with experience in both global finance and public service, framed the election as a choice between his experience and conservative leader Pierre Poilievre's incompetence. He also distanced himself from the far left of the Liberal Party and called for more effective ways to reduce emissions rather than continuing with the current carbon tax. Carney also criticized Poilievre's focus on endorsements from figures like Donald Trump, emphasizing his own focus on building Canada's economy. He said Poilievre is focused on slogans and slander and sound bites, and doesn't have what it takes to lead a major economy. Poilievre, on the other hand, described Carney as a Trudeau-like liberal who supports a carbon tax and will pursue job-killing policies if elected. One of Poilievre's social media accounts posted a series of past Carney's comments where he endorsed a carbon levy and praised Trudeau for his leadership on carbon pricing. Well, the race for Liberal leadership is heating up as Carney aims to lead the country through uncertain times. Toronto Public Health is rationing its rabies vaccine supply due to shortage in Ontario. Starting today, doctors have been instructed to prioritize high-risk exposures such as contact with bats and wild animals. The city's remaining stock will also be adjusted to only provide the first 2 of the 4 required shots, with additional doses given once new supplies arrive. 2 rabies vaccines, RabAvert and Imovax rabies, have faced shortages. RabAvert is expected to be restocked by February 14th, while Imovax rabies should be available later this month. Dr. Howard Shapiro, Associate Medical Officer of Health, said that these measures are needed to extend the limited supply while the city awaits further guidance from the Ontario Ministry of Health. Although rabies is rare in Canada, it can be contracted through bites with infected animals, with symptoms appearing in 2 or 8 weeks. Toronto Public Health says that it has not yet received a specific date for when more shipments will arrive. Well, now here's some tragic news for the TikTokers in US, or the TikTok users, as the Supreme Court announced that it may release opinions today, with a potential decision looming on the controversial law that would ban TikTok in the United States. The court has not specified which cases it will address, but the law, set to go on effect on the 19th of January, could have major implications for the popular social media platform. The law could cut TikTok off from US app stores and hosting services unless the app serves ties with its China-based parent company, ByteDance. If the law is not delayed or overturned, TikTok could be banned from US app stores as early as Sunday. TikTok has mounted a legal challenge to the law, arguing that it infringes on free speech and would harm its 170 million users in the US. Solicitor General Elizabeth Prelogar, however, argued that TikTok poses a national security risk, citing concerns over the Chinese government potentially using the app to collect data on Americans. With the decision from the Supreme Court expected soon, the fate of TikTok in the US hangs in the balance. Now here's the latest on Sri Lanka-China relations. Sri Lanka and China have agreed to work towards the early conclusion of a comprehensive free trade agreement, or FTA, aiming to a win-win partnership based on mutual benefit and equality. This announcement came during Sri Lankan President Anura Kumara Dissanayaka's state visit to China. A joint statement issued by both countries highlighted the progress in bilateral trade and economic cooperation, with Sri Lanka expressing gratitude to China's efforts to promote Sri Lankan imports. China also reiterated its support for Sri Lankan industries, including tea and gems, facilitating connections with Chinese importers and exporters. The two countries have committed to advancing their trade ties and encouraging Chinese investment in Sri Lanka, with a focus on sectors like logistics, green development, and the digital economy. China pledged to continue supporting Sri Lanka's economic transformation cooperation and sustainable development. The nations also agreed to work on expanding cooperation through major expos and e-commerce platforms, further enhancing business ties between their enterprises. And finally, we are ending off with the weather forecast for Mississauga on the 17th of January 2025. We'll expect a chilly start to the day with temperatures around -6 degrees Celsius in the morning, and there will be a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day with a high of -2 degrees Celsius in the afternoon. Winds will be light, but it will still feel colder due to the wind chill, and in the evening temperatures will dip back to around -5 degrees Celsius, with partly cloudy skies. There's also a chance of some light snow or flurries late in the evening, so be prepared for slippery conditions on the road. Overall, it'll be a cold but manageable day, so make sure to bundle up if you're heading outside. So that's your weather update for Mississauga for today. Stay warm, stay safe, and thank you for watching.